So I basically just got up half an hour ago. It's like 9:30 now. I had to get up and in 2 minutes dress because we had a visitor. But I did it. I did it in 2 minutes. I was like, oh shivers! I forgot. I could have been warned or something, but I just forgot. And like at 4 o'clock in the morning, I was like up and at 'em to attend an online seminar. And so I was busy from 4 to 5. And then I was like, oh, I could use a bit more sleep after I woke up. And it was like 5 to 9, and I was like, just looked at the time, and then I heard someone else's voice coming towards the house because they parked in the driveway. And I said, oh shivers! I forgot some person is coming over today. And so like in 2 minutes, I literally had to get dressed and clean myself up. I was like, I did it. But I had this weird dream last night. I can't quite remember it very well. All I remember was the main focal point, which was my hair. It was I was getting like white hair at the top of my head, and so I had like a layer of white hair at the top of my head and stuff, and I was like, it's like showing my age and everything, and I was like, wake up, and I was thinking, is that how my hair is gonna look? If I'm planning on dyeing it though, because it is a little bit of a mess. So when after I go down to get my photo shoot done, see a concert at the end of the year, I might get it dyed again. Probably I'll dye it after the concert. So before I catch my train home, I'll dye it. Because I know during concerts, like, dye can be all weird, and people are like, oh, get that girl with that dyed hair out of here. So they don't like the dye. So, because there's some energies that come off dye, and everyone else is pissing and whining about them if they notice it. So no, not for you, Kiara. And so, because like I dyed my hair once the day before I went to the concert, and they're like, get your dyed hair out of here. So I'll probably dye it after the concert and before I get on the train to come back here. And then it won't mess up at anyone's space. But anyway, and of course that will probably be also after I've been to the photo shoot too. So anyway, but well, that's the end of the year. I got a job yesterday, so starting Monday I'm going to be employed again. See how the induction goes, see how the intro to the job goes, and then see how I go from there. I'm in the running for 2 jobs right now, so that was one of them that just sprung up after 2 weeks of no contact. And then the other one is this resort centre, so I really want that one too, because you get free, for a bonus, you get free holidays and things. So I sort of had my eye on that one, but I also applied for some other good jobs, and I was like, if I actually get any of the other jobs, I'm like, what would I do then? Would I like pretend I can do all the jobs at once, or would I drop all the other jobs for this one? And I'm like, but hopefully I won't be considered very highly for any other jobs, because I applied for some really good ones. And it's like, I'd hate to have to choose between one job and another. But officially I start winter on Monday, and it's a 6-month contract with possibility of extension, so that's good. And then the other one, I don't know how long the other one goes for. It's a vocational one, so I assume just a few months for the other one. So, but I was just excited because the description says, you know, bonus, you know, holiday stay as a bonus if you do well. And I was like, ooh, I can stay at a resort for free. But yeah. So I'm really happy that I started work next week because I mean, it's only 2 hours a day, so 2, 4, 10 hours next week for my first week. But 10 hours times 30 is like $300. So it's not that much, but it's better than nothing. I was sort of doing my tax, and I was like, oh, can't wait to get more work to earn more money, because it's such a good relief for, and I like to see my tax as opposed to see just nothing on your tax. And I was like, eh. But so I did want to start working again, and these are all remote jobs. So anyway. So it looks like I'll probably be working until the end of the year, which is good. I keep freaking out about the concert though. It's like, I don't know, I'm more concerned about whether or not the hotel stay is going to be any good, and I'm like, I hope it's just normal, because I hate things to interrupt my stay. But sometimes it's not quite normal, and I'm like kind of flipping out of the possibilities of why it won't be normal, because you do get sometimes break-ins in hotels and things, and I'm like, and so my mind's kind of flipping out a little bit, but it should be okay, I'm sure. I just hope certain circumstances don't come up, because I have had my room broken into, and I'm like, and once they scolded me for, I think I'm gonna be booked at the hotel where they scolded me for wanting to bring in some takeaway to eat, takeaway in the room or on the balcony or whatever, and I'm like, excuse me, this is what I want to eat, because they said, oh, don't bring in we've got hotel room food, and I'm like, I know you've got hotel room food, but it's $30 a plate. The takeaway is obviously $15 for a big box of takeaway, and you're like, I'm gonna pay $30 when I can pay $10 or $15 or less. So but you know, and there's also the deal with deliciousness. I don't always like hotel room food, and it's like, I don't want to eat that stuff. I'd rather eat your friendly takeaway. So and then I had to move to another hotel room, because I was fighting with the management, and I called the police and everything, and they said, you can't stay here anymore, you have to go to another hotel. So, but anyway, So I was transferred to probably, yeah. All because I wanted to bring a takeaway. Anyway. But I do want to see the concert. I'm happy I'm seeing the concert. I don't want it to be a big deal, a big drama about just because I want to see a concert. But anyway, I'll just see what it's like. I'll just be me and deal with things how I normally deal with things. I don't have that much of a hot body anymore, so I don't think anyone's going to turn around and be like, oh, I want to take that home with me or anything. So, yeah. But I'll see what I see. Hopefully I'll somehow have a good time, but I'm also booking my photos because I need to do a new batch of photos. We're essentially supposed to do photos every 6 months, but because the modeling agency is I haven't gotten like a single job. And so it's like I'm paying like $350 a photo shoot here, and they're expecting you to do a photo shoot every 6 months, but I'm like, screw the 6 months, I haven't got a single job, so I'll do it like per year. So but anyway, but I'm still hooked up to that agency, but my life is dull and boring, and good luck to me getting any work while my life is so dull and boring. They only give you work when you're on the move, literally. So because when you're on the move, if you're like visiting another country or hanging out with someone famous or something, they suddenly start to spark up all the offers that aren't on their ordinary catalogs. You suddenly get like a heap of offers, and you're like, that figures, but I'm off the country now. So it's good if you travel a little bit here and there, if you're in a modeling agency like the one I am, because they give you more offers when you're on the move than as if you're sitting and waiting for it. So which is the ironic thing. And sometimes they've had to come back from overseas vacations to try and do a modeling gig, and it's like because they've contacted me for like a really well paid one while I'm off in who knows where, and I'm like, oh, it's really good money. And so I bother to come back sometimes and be there, and then sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, because they screw up on sets, and as they sort of wager whether or not you're worth it. And so you can show up, yeah, and then they may or may not film you, and then if they film you, they may or may not publish you, so you only get paid if you're published. You might get paid a little bit if you just filmed, but you get paid the bigger money if you're published, and you're like, I canceled my trip for you. You don't say anything like that, but you're sort of thinking that, so. But no, it's good. I mean, it just sort of just means that you're interesting if you've got an interesting kind of life or something. A moving life rather than someone sitting at home waiting for their chance. Because they've got their catalogue of what's on their calendar, and then they've got things off the book that they can offer you, and it's like, you probably do want the things off the books. Anyway, that's fine. I mean, they can just follow me. I'm not doing anything now. I live here. It's like I barely go for a walk down the street. I was going to go for a walk down the street to the stores, but we're officially doing shopping today, so we're going to catch a car so we can bring back 12 bucks. And then I'm going to probably do writing, music, take a look at this information that I was emailed a few days ago. And that's all I have to do. And then I can just exercise and hang like the dog, hang.